Looks like Elon Musk may try his hand at smartphone production. The new Twitter CEO says he would make a new smartphone if Google or Apple were to remove Twitter from their app stores. Now, Musk made this statement in a reply to conservative podcaster Liz Wheeler on Twitter. Wheeler claims half the country would happily ditch Android and Apple if Elon Musk produced his own smartphone if Apple and Google boot the social media platform from their app stores.
This is not the first time ideas for a new phone have circulated on the internet. Earlier this year, there were many rumors online about a potential launch of a Tesla phone, though none of this technology has been confirmed by Tesla or Musk. Where are you, Robby? You going to buy a Tesla phone?
Well, I have to know what other features it has. If Twitter is its only saving grace, probably my life would be healthier if I had a phone that didn't have Twitter on it. What would I do? I would never look at it again. Are you going to get the Musk phone, Batya?
I really don't think that they're going to boot Twitter from the app stores. This seems very, very far-fetched to me, but I think, Musk is clearly aligning himself with the cause of, silenced conservatives. He's become their avatar. So every fight he picks online, this person who's most famous for making something conservatives don't really, have an interest in, which is electric cars, right, has become somehow their hero. I would never get a phone made by Elon Musk because of all of the issues I've always sort of said, I obviously the Chinese Communist Party would have full access to my entire phone. It seems to me. I mean, we've never seen him say no to them, and so why wouldn't they ask him to be allowed to track American citizens? And so I'm waiting for the first time he stands up and says no to them, so I can sort of cheer him on in this fight he's waging domestically. But until then, it's hypocritical for me to do so. I just feel that the security threats and the monitoring and the civil rights abuses and the privacy issues that he has shown himself to be totally immune to in China, I'm very worried that those are going to get imported here domestically. But like I said, I find it really hard to believe they're going to boot Twitter.
Yeah, I do too. Well, meanwhile, Elon Musk says he may turn over internal discussions relating to the Hunter Biden laptop story. That would be fascinating. That's in response to a tweet calling for the publication of all internal discussions about the decision to censor the New York Post story. Elon said, quote, "This is necessary to restore public trust." And I think that would be fascinating. I remember that Mark Zuckerberg really tried to throw law enforcement, the FBI, under the bus when he was asked about this it was on the Joe Rogan podcast, right?
He said,
they had come to us and said, be on the lookout for Russian disinformation, and then this happened, and then everybody's looking at us and then saying, oh, it's Russian disinformation. So he really, honestly, he tried to throw them under the bus probably more than they're even actually culpable, because ultimately it seems like it wasn't specifically that they told him this story. Although they did say, obviously, then the FBI, former national intelligence law enforcement official said it was, this has all the hallmarks of Russian disinformation. I guess you were supposed to read between the lines and know that, well, we're not saying it is. It just has the hallmarks of, which was, so absurd how they get away with that stuff. But yeah, we'd like to see what was on the Twitter side of those conversations. They might have a very similar story in all likelihood.
I disagree with you. I don't think this is in the public interest. I think this is about Elon Musk getting back at the people who have quit or left. He wants to humiliate them by exposing their private We already know that Jack Dorsey said it was a big mistake. That's what was in the public interest, is him admitting that they did it and saying it was a mistake. We're all on the same page about that now. To release private communication seems to me to be designed just to humiliate people who have done their best to humiliate him on Twitter. And I understand why he wants to do it, but I really think he should resist. I think we should all
You can redact people's name. If there are communications from Homeland Security, the FBI, to Twitter saying, hey, you should be on the lookout for exactly this kind of thing. You can redact the names, but I would like to see that if they exist.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. If there's stuff from the government, that's for sure in the public interest. But if it's just, the people going back and forth with Dorsey, the ones saying, no, we have to censor this, our side is losing, come on, it's like a private company. That's not, it had a big impact. It was bad that they did it. but I think that we should have a fast and hard rule when people publish private communications. If they're not in the public interest, if they don't have a very stated, explicit goal, I really think that we should all be much more hesitant to be publishing and reading private messages between people.
I agree with that as a general principle. Yeah, for sure. It's interesting to watch Elon, responding to all of these conservative figures on Twitter, like responding all the time. Like he's very active on the platform itself, probably in a not super healthy way. I don't know how you feel about it. It seems
healthy for his soul. It's obviously great for Twitter because, as we were saying earlier before we started recording, we log onto Twitter. The first thing I do now is go and see what Elon Musk has said because it's big news. It's really important.
Well, you got to find out what the new policies are going to be. He's just declaring them. I got to know if they've changed since yesterday. I have to know if the check marks are going to go away or disappear or quadruple. If you don't have 3 check marks, you don't count or something. So you have to check in on that stuff. But I wonder, I'm seeing him facing a lot of pressure to bring back Alex Jones. Didn't Kanye West say something, say that, it's not, Elon Musk is, he's BSing unless he actually brings back Alex Jones too. And then Elon weighed in on that, saying, well, the reason he's not bringing back Alex Jones is actually a deeply personal reason, which I don't know that satisfies the kind of free speech concerns.
Well, it comes back to what you've been saying from day one, Robby, which is he can't both be a player and the referee. And that keeps coming up again and again. If he comes out there and he owns the platform and says, I'm voting for DeSantis in 2024, like he did, that is at least going to give the appearance that there's going to be some kind. If he's announcing who he's voting, how could people on the other side of that not feel that they are not going to be given fair shakes? And I think that was the most important point, and you made it right from the beginning of this conversation. Well, that's it for today. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss any content. And for those of you who like to listen while on the go, we are now available anywhere you listen to your podcasts. It's been great being with you, Robby.
Yay, wonderful seeing you, Batya. Brianna will be back with us tomorrow. I'll see you guys then.